this is Earthly Bow from the League Warning DCUO, and I'm going to be doing a nature healer loadout spec and all that good stuff rotation based on how I use it. I've been nature since 2012. I've been playing the game since the end of 2011, so I've been on here for quite some time. Let's just get right into it. I'm gonna let's go to my traits, and let's go to stat points first. Stat points, hybrid, get your healing chance and your healing magnitude, and I went straight and got all the rest of what I could get. And after that I went for the might and power, basically for the power part. I ain't worried about the might part. So me as a healer, the last thing on my mind is damage. So if you go back and look, weapons, I have a bow. That's all I need. I'm not focused on doing damage. I just use my arrow hits to power regen. That's all I use it for. Alright, and as far as my loadout goes, my powers, like everybody runs nature different. Some people have powers that they say I shouldn't use. Some people have powers that I need to put in, or they think I should put a shield in. But the way I use the loadout and the way I actually heal, I out heal mostly everybody I go up against. So for my loadout, savage growth, metabolism, cross-pollination. Now this one of the moves people say I should take out, but it's a heal over time, so why would I take it out? But some people don't use it. Okay, so those are my 3 HOTs that I throw up: savage growth, metabolism, cross-pollination. Blossom is your priority heal, so you gotta have blossom in there. You're not healing if you ain't got blossom in there. Cooldown is only 0.05 seconds. I mean 0.5 seconds, and its power cost is not great. And after that I have bloom, which is another move a lot of people say I shouldn't have in there, but all those people that say I shouldn't have it in there are basically people that I've out healed. So, and for the last move I have flourish, which basically refreshes all the pheromones that I put out, all the HOTs. So to me the best thing about this loadout is the entire loadout is clippable. I can go down and clip every move on this loadout. Bloom is the one you don't want to clip unless, like, say you in USR, or I think it's USR, and you get a bomb drop next to you. While you're doing it, you can jump out of it and get away from the bomb before the bomb explodes and one shot you. That's elite, actually. So that's about the only time you'll end up having to jump out of it and clip it. Outside of that, you'll probably never have to jump out and clip out of bloom. So let's go back and look at acrobatics. I only got the one. I don't need any of the rest. And we already went over stat points. Alright, so how I use nature. First I start off, I throw my 3 HOTs up. You saw how fast that was. Like I said, the whole loadout is clippable. That was just 4 moves right there. I'll do it again. Clip the whole shebang. Or I can do that into bloom. And once you do that into bloom like that, I mean the heals are ridiculous. And you wait about 6 to 8 seconds, then you do flourish. which drops a big heal on its own and refreshes all the HOTs you put up. So when I'm healing this, oh nope, my bad, let me do that again. What I'm healing is that, and I'm doing this. Okay, actually let me take a step back and go back and look at my gear. Alright, for the weapon and my mods, you'll see it's probably different than what you see other healers put in their gear. Most people get the restorative adapter to put in their weapon. I choose the replenishing adapter for power, to give me power back. It's kind of based like when they had the AM, and we used the AM and nature gave power back to himself. I kind of went with my loadout and everything, the way I modded it and everything, with that in mind. I want to give myself power back so I can use, you know what I'm saying, powers more if I needed to, or spam a little bit more if I needed to. So in my weapon, I'm all 215 out, 217 on the elite gear. Replenishing adapter in the weapon. I don't need anything for the head because I don't use a supercharge or anything like that. For the neck, I have the OP neck, and I have focus restoration in there just to give me that boost in resto. For the back, I got accelerated metabolism, which reduces the cooldown of metabolism by 10%. In the chest, I have power efficiency. Superpowers use 5% less power. Leg slot, I don't need anything in my leg slot. Shoulders, hands, I got empowered channeling, and that's specifically for when I use Bloom. It increases my defense and toughness by 5% and prevents standard control effects. It's no longer vulnerable to interrupt, so I can do it and not be interrupted and knocked out of it. And there's my waist, and my feet is the OP feet, and I have Tumbling Master in that. Tumbling Master is it is great for when you got to get away from stuff real quick. So anybody that plays the game long enough know that. Alright, I have the Bottle City Soda at full level 8, rank 8, whatever you want to call it. So for the healing part of it, it restores 5% of the max health for the group. So if I drink the cola, basically the health, they get health back from me just for me drinking the cola. Okay, now for the artifacts that I have the Demon Fang. Now I have the Demon Fang. Is every 12 seconds hitting the enemy with a weapon attack empowers your weapon, and while empower, your next 6 weapon attacks deal additional damage to your primary target equal to 7.4% of my restoration, and restores power equal to 2% of my restoration. So every 6 seconds, because I'm shooting my weapon pretty much all the time unless I'm hitting the move, I'm gaining power back. So it's like a constant thing, plus my precision goes up, but I don't care about the damage part of it. I did it specifically for the power regen part of it. Alright, the next artifact, I have the Lazarus Water Pit. Now, some people may say, why do you have that instead of the Starheart Fragment? Well, sometimes you get in these raids with these people that get so focused on DPS, and healer goes down, and sometimes they don't always make it to you in time. I can pick myself up every hour. So, I say I need that. The Starheart can wait. Since I've regenerated so much power, I can do without the little resto that I get from the Starheart, and I'll have power regen, and I'll be able to get up when somebody's not able to pick me up. And the last one I have is the Omegahedron. Using the superpower in combat, while 25 to 75% crowd power increases your base power regeneration by 12.5% for 6 seconds. So that's basically, after 6 seconds, you use another superpower between that range of 25 to 75%, and you start regening power. So if I was to do a raid right now and we looked at the scoreboard, it's like this every time. Whoever I'm healing with, if I'm actually healing with somebody, they use like twice, sometimes 3 times more power they get from the troller than I get, because I'm giving myself a lot of power back on my own. So those are my artifacts. Let's go to my fortify page. You see all my artifacts are 160. Bottle City Soda level 8. My adaptive augments. Let's go to this page here. Where is it? There it is. My adaptive augments, I have the restoring cybernetic core on both maxed out level 23. So you get the perks that's listed in there. And I have all 4 restoring metagenes in my augment slots. Alright. Well, so like I said, healing with nature, it heals over time. So basically I'm doing this, and when somebody takes damage, I do that. Or when it's ready to refill, spread, I do that. Like flourish. Other than that, I do that. Pretty simple. My HOTs stay up for a long time. I barely ever have to refresh them. But a thing that I've recently started doing is, like, say somebody drops a supply drop, I go ahead and refresh them and go to the supply drop and pretty much get all that power I just used right back. So the way I heal with nature is basically giving myself power while throwing out big heals. Or say you into you're in a situation where you in machine reg or something like that, and he shoots that beam which will knock your health down to like 5%. I'll do that. I'll hit flourish and clip it with bloom. So you basically refresh your HOTs, and you get the HOTs, the big HOTs you get from bloom, because it doesn't have the big burst here at the end like it used to. It's all just big HOTs going across the board. I'll do that. I'll put up I'll record myself playing and healing a raid or something and show you what it's like in action while I'm using it.
prepared. Hold them at bay.